and welcome to North American Ag Spotlight. I'm Chrissy Wozniak. For 2 decades, our guest has been at the forefront of global event management and agribusiness, organizing and marketing nearly 50 international events across 12 countries. She's also a respected columnist, journalist, and speaker, having shared her expertise at over 150 international conferences. She's now portfolio director for Women in Agribusiness, an organization that's dedicated to building a strong community for professional women in the industry. Their mission is to provide opportunities for networking, career development, collaboration, and its annual Women in Agribusiness Summit has become a premier event for women in agribusiness. Today, we're going to discuss the evolution of agribusiness events, the role of women in shaping the industry, and what's ahead for women in agribusiness. From Park City, Utah, I'd like to welcome Svitlana Synkovska. Welcome, Lana, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Chrissy, for having me. It's a pleasure.
So you have an impressive 20-year career in agriculture. What initially drew you to the industry?
Well, it was actually not my plan. I had a background in international economics, and it's one of the first job interviews I've done was in ag business media. And I was like, okay, agribusiness, why not? Why don't we get something new from that? And it took me 15 years to stay in one company, and I made an amazing career. And what surprised me, how much I could use my knowledge in the area, in the business. So agriculture is extremely dynamic and essential industry, and it directly impacts global food security and has a lot of international trade elements. So this is what drew me to agribusiness. And I stayed there for 15 years, and I could merge my passion for storytelling and for industry insights and community building. And in the end, I've evolved to become like event organizers, but I've been a journalist and editorial chair and doing a lot of different things across the whole, agriculture, media, production.
Amazing. And so what's been the most rewarding part of your work in event management and marketing within agribusiness?
I always say that put an event together is like putting a huge, big puzzle. And if you're in puzzles, the vibe, this energy when you just put in the end, when you see everything ready, it looks like something whole, something good, something impressive. For me, I do like people. I'm very like person to person, individual. I'm very communicative, but I also like the idea of creating the platform where people meet, that they exchange information, they get deals, they negotiate. So one of the defining things in doing big events is then you feel that you make change in the industry, that you could do something big for trade, for women in agribusiness. So I think the combination of this human to human factor and feeling like I could contribute into making big shift in industry or in the movement or in the community, this is what I like the most about the whole events business.
Yeah, that's amazing. And so organizing these events, is kind of like a giant wedding. And I know Michelle has explained it like that before. And anybody that's organized a wedding knows how crazy it is, but it's like a wedding that lasts 5 days with thousands and thousands of people. So what are some of these biggest challenges in managing these large scale ag conferences, and really how do you overcome them?
Well, there are like multiple layers. Of course, I'm a big believer in planning. Plan is nothing, planning is everything. So a quote of, I think it was Eisenhower saying that. So I do believe that you need to plan the process very precisely from the very beginning and following in. Second one, of course, it's people. You need to have an amazing team, because events are area where you need to rely on everyone functions very heavily. And it's very important to have a team of professionals. And from organizational point of view, because every event, even in agriculture, is extremely unique because it has its unique mission and different audience. So first you need to know and to learn your audience very well. It's a lot of research, which is invisible for delegates, but believe me, we do a lot of research behind, before, during, and after the event, because I always say all our decisions should be data-driven. Whatever we make decision about the network and the content, everything should be measured and everything should be based on research and data. So I think having the background in marketing and in media, in journalism, I very much believe that to provide this amazing experience, you need to know your audience, you need to learn, and you need to do your best to give them that product, that event they really want, from the point of view of networking, from the point of view of market content, and from the point of view on this, I call it invisible wow effect, this secret sauce of all event, this atmosphere, because this is something you not always could measure or touch, but you feel it when you're on this event. And this is what makes people to return and to be back to this event again and again.
Yeah, and I've been attending this event for
Yeah.
many years now, and yeah, like you said, it is something you want to go back to. It's something that is I would say that one of the biggest pluses is there's no fluff. It's
Yeah.
really down to business, and there's
Yes.
things happening all the time. There's choices depending on your interest. It's not like you're sitting there bored ever during this conference. It's really become the premier event for women in agriculture, in agribusiness. So, how has it evolved over the years? How did you get to this place? I know you're new within the company,
Yeah.
but what have you learned?
Yes, it's amazing because it's definitely a unique event with huge legacy. It was launched in 2012, and it was first of its kind networking and knowledge sharing events. And it started from a group of 200 people, and now we had last year 1,100 people, and we expect it to grow. And what is unique about this event, it's not just a conference, it's a community, it's a network. It combines multiple elements, including memberships. So you can become a member, you could get access to our newsletters, you could be part of our meetups across the different regions of the United States between the conferences. It also includes a couple of fantastic elements like student scholarships. We have this amazing opportunity for students, for young female leaders, to become a part of the conference, to get this membership opportunities, to get this inspiration, to get this push from the industry. It's not many events offer that is something unique. Plus, I'm really proud for us to have this Demeter Award, because it's really amazing that you could vote and you could actually nominate some amazing females, and with the help of advisory board, we go through the very curated process of selection, and the whole this award is about celebrating successful women in every business. It's really important to have this industry Oscar for females, because we need all the praise and they need all the attention, and we need to applaud them, because it's amazing. Women have fantastic careers in agribusiness, so we want to tell the stories, we want to share the stories, we want to give them a stage and share a couple of words of wisdom with young ladies who are in the conference room. So I think this combination of who was on the top of the industry, who are at the beginning, across the whole value chain from farmers to food industry, these all ingredients make this event extremely complex, but this complexity gives you this unique, absolutely mind-blowing experience.
Right. Yeah. Great description. And what themes, key themes, will be the 2025 summit? What will you be focusing on, and what can we look forward to?
It's very important for this event to still to be just, on the top of the market, because it's content driven, and we put a lot of attention to curate and to pick the best topic and the best speakers, because this is two important ingredients. It should be good topic and should be amazing, the best you can get speakers. So this year, on the top of the traditional personal development topics, we added some important elements like commodities markets updates. We see all what's going on in the market with wheat, corn, soybeans, all these big agricultural commodities markets. We will tell about them from the main stage. Also, we have a big focus this year on topics like trade and tariffs, of course, because it's
Yes.
a
Mhm.
year, this topic is number one everywhere. Also, we want to focus on weather from the point of view of these extreme weather events and how they impact and how they influence and how what should be the whole risk management behind. And we will try to show this on the panel from a point of view of farmer, on companies who provide solution to understand the weather impact on yields, from insurance companies. So whenever we have a topic, we will try to show this topic from the point of view of different segments of our business across the whole value chain. Plus, we will talk about very interesting topic we will have about the shift and big change in the consumer behavior about the food. And we will have amazing speaker, Sinan Lee from Rubber Research, talking about that. Also, we will have our traditional farmers panel, which is already like a very traditional big element. Plus, we will mention sustainable aviation fuel and how it's impact feedstocks and commodities market and the whole agriculture. And of course, something big and interesting is AI and how people across the whole value chain of agriculture could use AI to improve their business and to get all the benefits from these new big things coming our way, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So stay tuned. We're already about to, and I think we have agenda on the website, but we're about to release first 6-7 speakers like the next couple of weeks, and it will be a lot of big names of the industry, so stay tuned. And believe me, this year agenda will be mind-blowing, and you will have the best topic and the most influential speakers.
Right. Yeah, that's great. There's a lot of meat in there for sure.
Yeah.
And one thing that strikes me when I'm there at the conference is the number of young women in their 20s that are just starting out their careers. What advice do you give to women looking to establish themselves in agribusiness, or even transition into some leadership roles?
First of all, you need to understand that agribusiness is in a core, it's a very relationship-driven business. It's expertise, it's hard work is important, but it's still very important to have the proper network, to have the group of people supporting you and rooting for you. And your ability to build this relationship and connection with different people in the industry is one of the key qualities you need to succeed in every business. So I think it's very much about being proactive. It's the whole WIA conference experience, it's about just push people to all multiple layers of networking. So if I could give advice to myself when I was 21 years old, I would say, don't be shy. Just talk to people, talk to everyone. Events, any kind of professional gathering, use every second, use every minute of it. One more advice I would give, what I was always doing being like young professional, and now become a member of any industry association you could become. And this is what I'm keep on doing, maybe on like higher level, because these opportunities, you could put it to your CV, you could get any opportunities for scholarships, for communication, et cetera, because industry associations on multiple levels, it's a perfect entry level to get connected and to know what's going on. So don't underestimate that opportunity. Second one, I think it's a very basic communicational tool. Before starting connection, ask how I can help. Whatever you meet anyone, think about what I can do with this person, how I can help. And sometimes life gives you many situations that you could give someone an advice, you can introduce someone to anyone. So the whole communication don't have to be transactional. It should be like very sincere desire to be helpful to people, and people feel it. And the third thing, it's social media, because especially for young people, they're much better, crafting all that new magic stuff for social media. We have a lot of examples of quite young agribusiness influencers, industry leaders who became famous and build their personal brand on social media. So LinkedIn, TikTok, even you could be like famous agricultural professional on TikTok. So don't underestimate these huge new tools, and use all of it, and just be brave and be interactive. Now they have much more opportunities than us 20 years ago, Yeah, so yeah, it's amazing timing for networking. Definitely.
Oh, yeah. Excellent advice. Yeah. And be brave. I love that. I love it. So, from your experience in agribusiness events and journalism, what are some of the biggest disruptors in agriculture today that you're seeing?
Oh, we live Actually, first of all, agribusiness is quite dynamic business. It's never boring. Maybe
Mm.
it was one of the reasons when I stayed in agribusiness, because every 12 months you have harvest, you have new marketing season, and things changing completely, especially from the global point of view. You have good harvest somewhere, bad harvest somewhere else. You have so many factors, and it's all changing every marketing year. So that makes agribusiness very dynamic, a little bit crazy, but never boring. But we see so many new things going on. We have huge increase of the role of the geopolitics, and starting from
Right.
the conflict in Black Sea in 2022, when we're seeing this huge disruption of supply of key food commodities, and we see so many things going on related to that. We see now a new wave of trade wars, and it's just the beginning, because we already see that such huge players like the United States, Canada, China, Mexico are involved, and it definitely will have a huge effect on the global picture, because what is cool and dangerous about agriculture, it's so much connected, it's such a global business. So whatever is going on in one part of the world from agriculture point of view impacts the whole landscape. So my expectation, we might have the increase of Brazilian exports, we might see the increase of Australian export to China, again because of what's going on, but we definitely will have a big shift in all the trade flows of the key commodities.
Right. Yeah, yeah, I definitely agree with you there. And also, I know my audience, especially, is definitely interested in innovation, ag tech, AI, and I know that the summit always covers that as well. And you, as you were mentioning before, so with AI and ag tech really transforming our industry, transforming every industry, but also very much in agriculture, what innovations are you most excited about as we move forward?
Well, first of all, I would like to tell you that we just got confirmed one of the legendary person in its business, Pam Varone. If you know, you know. So she will be a moderator of our ag
Amazing.
innovation panels, and
Wow.
she's like the best person to tell about all these new technologies. Me specifically, I'm a big supporter and I'm a big believer in biological pesticides, in all that trend that now happening in Europe due to farm to fork program, when they're trying to cut the use of chemical pesticides. We see this trend is happening in some other countries like Egypt, Brazil. So it's definitely a lot of innovation here in the United States with new kind of new technologies, or new kind of not chemical but extremely efficient inputs. So this is something we need to check and to watch, and we will definitely give some stage to these topics. Once again, it's robotics, it's the whole robotization of agriculture. It's a big topic. Once again, it's a lot of pros and cons, but it's something we need to watch what's going on. Decarbonization and all these sustainability practices, but from the point of view of using software, using technologies, using smart technologies to use the agriculture much more efficient from the sustainability point of view. So it's a huge scale of topics, mentioning weather and all the technologies to with the space data, and how the AI helps to process the all space data and analyze this data, and to make this decision making data for farmers based on all the information about weather. We definitely will have a weather panel where we'll try to discuss this topic from the point of view of data and of users. So the innovation are huge. They are like they change and they shift in the landscape of agriculture, but there is still some of them are much more easy to implement, and some just the future coming. So we need to watch what's going on. But it's definitely there is a big demand for innovations. And when we were crafting our innovations and investment panels, we want not only to tell a story of technology, we want to tell a story of the people behind it, of the business, of the
Right.
company, because this is what makes it appealing. Not just, technology from scientist point of view. It's always a story of the people, of creator, of the visionary behind this idea. So this is what how we try to put it on our agenda.
Yeah, yeah, that's incredible. And so you mentioned earlier about the importance of networking, collaboration, leadership. Why is networking so essential for career growth in agribusiness. And I know the summit also really focuses on networking as well. And then also, what strategies have you found to really build these relationships?
Well, we definitely put a lot of efforts. It was insane to see for me when I first was analyzing the structure of this event from a point of view of professional event organizer. We have more than 20 different kind of networking events for 3 days. It's unbelievably intense. It's on-site, it's off-site, it's organized by sponsors, it's for different audience, something for students, something for the mixer for everyone, morning yoga, so many different layers and so many different types of networking activities. So it means like you will get so many fantastic new connections. So we as organizers, we create this opportunity for you to get connected to different people in different situations, in quiet yoga and loud mixers. So it gives so many opportunities. You just need delegates just need to use these opportunities and just be open and to be adventurous and just to move in the flow, because we will create all this flow for these communications just to go between people. Why networking is important? I think for me, as someone who traveled more than 50 countries and who has this big network of people across the whole world, it's such a power. It's whatever's going on in your professional private life, you like see this huge tribe supporting you. It's like belonging. It's such an empowering feeling for me, and especially in such an international or like very human related business and agriculture, it's a power. It's a huge asset. It's a huge advantage, because or you if you try to find a new job, or you just want to get this access to some funding and investment, there are so many situations with connections. It's like your question to literally every request you can have for your career and your private and professional life. So I do believe that we are tribe creatures. I do believe that even if you're an introvert, you need to develop it in you. And maybe not everyone could have like hundreds of friends and hundreds of connections, but it's more about quality. I do believe you need to build quality connections. So it's once again about meeting people, think about how can help you. I always ask a lot of questions about people. I always remember a lot of details about people, because I like genuinely I'm interested into people. I remember their horoscope sign, the color of their eyes. It's like I have like my funny way of interacting. But I do believe that as soon as you will understand how important to build it, and you will see the value, and you should like it, and it means that this business is definitely will make you thrive, and you will build this connection. And once again, be patient. Don't think that if you're just jumping in the business you will have like a lot of, it's a process, it takes time. Just be patient, go on events, go to our event in Orlando, and just step by step build your tribe, build your supporters, and get your connections and people which will support you. And it was a phrase on the LinkedIn, surround yourself with the people who will speak your name in the room full of opportunities. So this is something I'm like, wow, this is amazing. This is definitely something which I could identify your networking from quality point of view. So my advice is not also just chase for quantity, but also think about quality of your networking and how you could enrich and make yourself a quality network member.
Yeah, that's it. I love what you're saying. And you actually gave me goosebumps a couple of times because I couldn't agree with you more. In my 20-year career in agriculture and agribusiness, there have been so many times like people kind of think networking and they think it's cold and it's business and we're going to make a
Business
deal, and it's
cards
the kind of that
exchange.
yucky. Right. Well, in my experience of building this network, like you said, this huge network, there have been times in my life where things are going bad and I get phone calls from all across the country, and all across North America, where you realize that this industry, it does care and it is relationship based. And there are so many incredible people. And even if, I think the career advancement and all of that is actually a byproduct of this amazing family we get to be a part of. So thank you for that answer. That was excellent.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Chrissy.
And so where can people find out more about the Women in Agribusiness Summit?
Well, we have our website, womeninag.com. So please visit it, and you could subscribe to our newsletters, and you could follow our social media. We are very active. LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, we're literally everywhere. And yeah, I think maybe you will be able to put like a link so I could just show like they do.
Yes.
Normally, always, YouTubers, when people just follow our updates, and we already have agenda quite early with not like speakers, but already you could plan your trip because we put all the time in for main sessions and topics. So you could plan that very much early. That's why I think it's amazing, because me, myself, I like to plan things in advance. So for someone like me, you definitely would find it very helpful to visit our website and to find some important information about the event. It's already there. So hope to see you in Orlando.
Amazing. Well, thank you, Lana, so much. I can't wait to meet you in person
Me
this fall.
too. Thank you. Thank you so
And thank
much.
Yes, and thanks to all who are watching or listening. If you want to learn more, the links are provided in the show notes. Don't forget to subscribe to North American Ag Spotlight on Spotify, Apple, Amazon Listen Notes, or if you prefer video, you can find us on Rumble or Telegram channels, where really wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you like the episode, I would love it if you shared it. Have a great day.
Thank you. Have a great day, guys. Bye.